with no repeat colors, rows with no repeated values, sets of one of each value anywhere, and our powers are...
Did I put... I must have thrown my private goal back. Don't look at things.
Okay.
If you look at my private goal, it defeats the point of it being my private goal. So
okay,
I don't know why you're chasing it.
The powers are move up to 2 dice of the same color that match the color of a die on the round track.
Which that'll fill up as the game goes.
And you can only use these with these tokens.
Yeah, first one's 1, second one's 2. Tokens are a point each if you don't use them.
Okay. Move any 1 die in your window, ignoring color restrictions. That's pretty straightforward.
Anyway, you get the bag
Move
first.
any 1 die in your window, ignoring value. Okay. Move up to 2 dice of the same color that match the... So, let's... Okay. Okay, the illustration makes it clear. So how many am I drawing?
5. 2n plus 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll, 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 roll.
Alright, so they just sit in a pool.
Do they just go... Okay.
You just take 1, and then I take 2, and then you take 1.
Okay, let me remind myself of my goal. I'm going to take this green 5 and start in this corner. I know starting in corners is a little riskier because there's less to build off of. But...
Yep, that is definitely... Yep. And then move a die, ignoring value restrictions as printed. But you have to respect
colors,
adjacency, and you have to. You couldn't move a 4 onto that space.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I take again.
Nope, it's snake draft.
Ah.
And I'm gonna take this green 4.
I'm probably gonna take the red. Yeah, I have to take the red too. I can't take the 5 right now.
You can put the 5 diagonally.
Oh, can you build diagonally from your?
Yep.
But then I have a 5 right next to it, so I'm taking the red.
Yeah, then you probably don't.
I want the red.
But you could take the 5, but yes, you would set up a dead spot unless you used a tool to move it.
This is the round track, right? Yeah. Okay.
So now...
And this game also ends when you fill up the board, right?
10 rounds. You might fail to fill up the board.
That's true. That's true. You could get in a spot where you can't legally place anything.
Which is not something that can happen.
Next time we'll have to zoom in more on this one because you can't really read the die from that far away because they're so tiny and cute.
I'll go zoom in right after I take my... I'm going to get my other 5 out of the way. And then, yeah, I can go zoom it in. I have a ladder up by the camera. I didn't know how much space we'd want for this.
Mostly you can't because the die are extra small.
I gotta move my little stained glass window up a bit, but
here I can do that right now. Yeah. There we go. Now you can actually somewhat read the die. I don't want that blue 4 because if I put the blue there, I will be locking myself out of that blue. I do need a 3, so a red 3 or a blue 3. Let me check some goals and see which one of those would be better for my goals. And I think the blue 3 is going to be better. Can same colors go diagonally?
Yep. And same numbers. It just can't be. Just not orthogonally.
Just not orthogonally. I'm going to take the red 3 and put it in this mandatory 3 spot.
The game's mean, not cruel. Alright, you get 2 dice.
Oh, yes.
Snake draft.
Snake draft. I can't put the 2 there. I could put the 2 there. I can put the blue 4 there. Let's do the blue 4. Blue 4 here.
I'm gonna take the blue 3.
And yellow goes to the...
You get the bag.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
See, we got someone tuning in. This is Sagrada, as it says on screen. We're rolling dice today.
And making stained glass windows.
Rolling and drafting.
Okay, so the roller goes first, right?
Yep.
Okay. Looking for a 4. Not so much. No 4s, no 5s. There's no reroll powers right now. Let's see. I want to keep rows different or columns different colors if I can. So theoretically, I don't want to use a blue there. Let's put a purple 3 here.
Okay, I'm gonna take. I actually put that in the corner, and then I'm gonna take that. And I'm gonna put it there.
So for these, does your entire is it 5 points per column?
Per column.
Ooh.
It's hard to hit all 5 of them, but.
I'm obviously taking a yellow. If I put a yellow there, then I'll meet one of those, and I don't think it restricts me that badly.
You do have the 2 yellow frames, and the thing to note is that, like, there's only 10 yellow dice. You always have a chance of rolling a number, but if you run out of yellow dice, you're not getting another yellow die. That said, there is the brush to avoid that.
I'll put a yellow die here. I don't think that causes any number conflicts. I'm putting a yellow die on my mandatory yellow spot.
I just tend to think that you gotta watch like how many dice are actually in the bag. But also, like, if we were playing with the base rules and you had 4 players worth of dice in the bag and you didn't know what was gonna go on with it, that would end up being, you can end up in some kind of trouble there. Alright.
And I'm trying not to duplicate numbers in rows. I mean, to a certain extent. You can't hit every goal every time, right?
Correct, and you have to figure out what goal.
You have to prioritize which goals you think you can get.
Like this, I have a goal in which I'm gonna bust up my ability to get row shade variety in the top row because I have a goal that
I definitely want the green 4 to go here. And I might actually do the red 5 on this mandatory 5 spot. Yep, that's what I'm going with.
Okay, I don't have any 1s on my board. And the shades are horizontal, so I guess we're going to put that there. It's your bag.
My bag! 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more. Boop. Woo! Okay, let me examine what I have gotten. The blue 6 is a good one for me. The green 4 is also tempting, but I think the blue 6 is better. So I'm going to put this blue 6 on a mandatory blue.
Okay. I think I'm going to take... that was a 4, and I'm actually not going to take that first. But I'm going to take this yellow 1. And then I kind of have to think which particular area... I think that if I put this red 4 over here, I'll develop that area better.
I'm gonna probably put this red 4 on my mandatory red. Quick check to make sure that doesn't mess up anything else. Yes.
I can access every space on my board now, except for that 1 in the bottom corner. My bag.
Oh, yep. I can access every space now, too, because my path is very snaky. Because I'm holding out for colors I don't have in the columns.
Got 5. The only reason why I'm like, it's my bag, gimme bag, is because it results in... it's just how you track who gets which turn.
How many colors are there?
5 colors.
Okay.
Row shade variety. I think I've got to go and work on getting purple set up there.
I did already get a double number in this row, but that's fine. You can't get everything. Well, I'm going to put this purple in this mandatory purple spot. Then I'm probably going to put the yellow in the mandatory yellow spot.
There's no errata in here, are there? That's a little annoying.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
All right, I'm going to do this. It's your bag.
I think I'm going to put this purple one here to lock in my no repeated numbers in this.
You have an illegal double purple.
Oh, double purple. And I can't do blue either.
Good thing that just happened. If that happened a while ago, it gets much hairier to try to correct.
1. Okay, let's go here. That doesn't get me a second number here, but it does mean, okay, lock in that 5 points instead.
Okay, I really want to use the tap wheel, but I have a big question on it. Are the two moves simultaneous or sequential?
I would assume sequential.
So would I.
But that is a very good question. It is very unclear.
I can't be the only person here asking this. Yeah, the action is not intended as a swap. BGG is always super helpful for that kind of situation. Mostly, okay, well, we're gonna take the tap wheel. This one's gonna move over here. This one's gonna come down here. This is gonna fill in at that spot. That's one of my 2 dice. Now, what's the other one of my 2 dice? It's the purple. That's pretty obvious. I've actually done a really good job of getting global shade varieties. For you, for global shade variety, 1 or 2 doesn't really matter. You've got them both.
Nope. Yep. Yeah, that's legal.
It's legal. You're giving up You're potentially giving up. You still have the ability to move things around, but that is a consideration.
This might be better, actually. Anyway, I'm gonna go with that instead.
Okay, I will take the bag. Oh, this was not a legal movement. That's gonna go. I have to move it somewhere else. We're gonna put it there. Okay, that's unfortunate. I knew there was a reason I didn't do that. All right, I have to move that though because that was an illegal position, and that is a legal position. Although now I kind of want to consider: is there anywhere else I could move it that would be better? I don't know that there is. I should have taken that 1, actually, looking at the situation. All right, I need to actually kind of think through a few things here. Because this is not sustainable because that's killing that space. So I kind of need to get... I need to get it moved somewhere else, one way or another. So I need to actually... I'm going to actually use some of these tools once I figure out exactly how I would like to go about them. Problem is I don't have a good place to move it. Anywhere I move it, it's gonna end up being kinda... It's gonna blow something up. But we're gonna go and we're gonna ignore value restrictions, and that's gonna go over there.
You're picking first, right?
I know, I'm just
reminding myself.
Now that I've moved that over there, I'm almost like I don't have to rush on that though. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna fill in that green space.
Okay, I am going to put this yellow 2 here to lock in another 5 points.
And I believe you have another one.
Purple 6. That row's already dead. Can't go there, can't go there. I think this is legal. Red 2. That does give up a column, but it gets me a row. Or that gives... Yeah, I'm gonna go with this.
Okay, I'm gonna put this 3 here, and it's your bag.
Well, that's a lot of red 1s.
It is a lot of red 1s. It's under here. It is a mandatory 5. Okay. I mean, I'm not too happy about that either, so... What you thinking?
Well...
Starts to get tough at this point, doesn't it?
Yep. I honestly think this is probably my best move. Make sure that's legal. We're going with it.
Okay. I'm trying to get... or undo this. Oh, that's got a 2 under it. That's why I can't do that. So... Is that a blue? That's a 6. Is that? That's a blue. Alright, so we are going to do the tap wheel. We're going to move this 2 down here.
Can you do these before you take your die?
Anytime, yeah.
Okay.
The reason I didn't want to do that. Okay, that's going to kill that row, but we'll do that. And then I'm going to guess this is going to go there. This is going to go
A move
there.
is not a swap either, right? A move is just into a free space.
Yes, and the moves have to be sequential. It would say swap if it was allowing a swap.
That does lock me another. Oh, I can't because that's a 1. But I could ignore. No, I can't place it.
You can move something there beforehand. I'm gonna put this die over here because
I have trouble keeping track of stuff in my head. That's part of what's going on right now.
you have no legal placement for that die. Oh, yes, you have no legal placement for that die. In order to place it, you must move. You must use one of those abilities to move it.
So I think that'll work. So ignoring color. I don't even want to ignore anything. I just need to move a die.
The cheapest way is this one. You don't have to ignore a color restriction.
So I will move this here. That gives me full color. I do lose full number, but this will give me full number.
Yeah, each empty.
Now that's legal.
Each empty space loses you a point too. So.
I think I'm gonna.
But so does one token costs you 1 point as well. We should have. All right, one of these dice. We have the wrong number of dice in here.
Let's do blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Remove the blue. I don't know why I can't count, but sorry about that.
It's because you're trying to go too fast. You're trying to do it quickly instead of well. Well.
Actually. All right, so I gotta see some things here because I'm looking around. And that is a 2 requirement under there. That is a blue requirement under there. Okay, I'm gonna need to make use of some kind of teleporter on the last move here anyway. I'm just looking at what my options are gonna be. So I'm gonna just start by taking the green here. I gotta look around here because I'm gonna have to move a 2. My 5s are all spoken for, and my 6s are. I might have to move that one out of the corner. Anyway, or
My turn?
I'm probably just gonna eat that space because it's not gonna be worth it.
I'm gonna use a teleporter to put this 2 here. That doesn't break any rules. And I'm gonna put this 1 here. That locks in a row and a column.
And you got the next die.
I can do the purple 1 or the purple 3. So let's look at the rows. 1 or 3 doesn't matter because it's not going to get me any of those bonuses. But actually, let me count my. So many 1s do I have? 1, 2, 3. How many 2s do I have? 1, 2, 3. How many 3s do I have? 1, 2, 3. So it doesn't matter if it's 1 or 3 because I can't get any. more of those yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we're doing. I did really bad on my private goal, but I did pretty good on everything else.
I'm looking around to see is there anything I can move in there that will work from my perspective. If I move a 2 and if I move that in there, I can't fill it. If I move that in there, I can't fill it. My private goal says don't move any of these ones on the top. So if I move, I can't move. If I move any of these 6s, I lose points in the process. If I move this 5, I can't move either of those 5s. I can't move either of those 2s. So I'm just gonna leave a blank space.
Does this game have a score tracker?
Yes.
Oh, it's hidden score tracker. Ba-ba-da-bum.
Okay, so public objectives. I'm gonna score column variety 4 times.
I'm gonna double check. Good. Good.
C4.
Good. 5?
That's 2 different colors.
So this one has 2 reds.
Yes, so it doesn't score.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. Okay, 20 points.
Alright, shade varieties. I'm gonna...
Let's do rows first, because then I can move things around to get the shade varieties.
Actually, hold up 1 second. I actually have an incentive to spend my last 2 tokens on, it really doesn't matter which one, and move this. So what are you trying to do first?
This one?
Oh, we can just turn this now. Yeah, that's the one I was trying to do.
Oh, sorry. I got row shade varieties confused with shade varieties.
So I have this twice for 10.
Okay, no repeats here. 2 3s here, so 2 2s here for
Oh, this should be 20, and I should be at...
So I got that twice, so I got 10 more points.
So we're still tied.
Yeah, no repeats here. I'm going to double check. 2 3s, 2 2s, no repeats here. Okay.
And I've got this one twice as well.
I actually can't do that without removing things from the board.
Well,
so.
don't, because
That one doesn't matter. I assure you it's fine that I do this now. It's just a color one, so it'll be fine. 3s. I have 3 2s. How am I on the 4s? 3 4s. So I actually 5s. 2 5s. So twice. I got it twice.
So we're still perfectly tied.
Oh no.
No.
But I did really
so
bad.
I lose 1 die for having a missing window space.
I don't. But I only get 9.
And you have no leftover tokens, right?
Yep.
You only get 9 for your private.
Mm-hmm.
I got way more than that.
I know. I did really bad on my private goal.
18, 28, 29. So that takes me 49. That gives me a very nice score.
But I didn't get much of a chance because you took a lot of the greens.
I wasn't aiming for greens.
That was fun though. What'd you get? 54?
Did you sum the values on your green dice?
There was only 9.
Oh, they were just very low values.
There was a 4 and a 5.
And there weren't any dice changers there.
No.